Hi everyone, welcome back to Unpopular Opinion, and today we're gonna watch the ad that drove the world crazy and we're gonna react to some of the comments I found online. This is the ad accused of all the worst things of the world, and we will watch it together.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sweeney has great genes.
Okay, what's the problem here? You notice that at the end there is this masculine voice saying Sweeney has great genes. Genes that maybe depends, since this is still an ad for genes, but it can even be the genes, okay, the genetics, your traits, your biological traits that has Sweeney said in the ad. Genes are, genetics is traits. The traits are, they go from the parents to their spouse. And she said at the end that her genes are blue like her eyes, and there is this close-up to her eyes, so they're referring that the mention is probably clear. Okay, there is no doubt that they are doing this wordplay between genes and genes. Okay, genes depends and genes the genetics. So Sweeney has great genes that might be the depends, because are depends of the ad, and the traits. Okay, the physical traits, because she's reportedly a nice, a good-looking woman, and people complain about that because it cannot be that a white blonde girl that we can even debate around this, but you know what it reminds, but I think it was just an innocent wordplay that didn't mean to bring this havoc to the world. Okay, there was no political driven ideology in this ad. It was just playing with that. She's a great girl with great genes and great genes. Now we're gonna see the second ad that is probably more innocent than that.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing.
Okay, these things I really need to say. Sweeney has no butt. In many movies and series you can watch of her, she has, of course, other important attributes, and she's a great actress overall, but she has no butt. She has no butt. This is not a big, nice butt. Okay, what it can be sold in an ad like that. Sold in a marketing way. So, it was just a script made for whichever actress would have ever, wear those jeans. Okay, it was definitely not made for her because it's just not her best feature. So, just to point this out.
Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sweeney has very genes.
Okay, this is funny because I think it's similar to some guru you find online that they say, oh, I don't want to sell you a course. Okay, I don't want to sell you a class. Okay, I'm just having I'm just telling you that there is this course, but I don't want to sell you. Okay, because first there were all the gurus saying, oh, I'm selling you this course. Now they're doing the contrary. No, I'm not selling you anything, don't worry, but I have a course. Okay, funny thing. I think it's a weird ad. Okay, I don't know if I would buy the jeans jeans depends for this ad. It's a little cringe, okay, because I don't know, but at the same time they want to give you this vibe of the year 60s, where with this girl with these baggy jeans, and at the end it's an ad like many other. It's not the first time that an important brand came up with a weird advertisement for their product. Okay, it's something that happened. Okay, the marketing team of the brand cannot always do the most amazing job, but probably they did it today because these jeans are selling very, very good. after there was an increase in the stocks, and I work in the stock market, so I know that. So I mean, probably it worked. Okay, it worked in some way, and yeah, probably they were better than expected, because even if the advertisement itself is not that amazing, but I mean, they brought the result. And now we're gonna see some of the comments that I found online. American Eagle Great Jeans campaign featuring Sydney Sweeney, a white, blonde, blue-eyed actress. She probably doesn't have blue eyes, but we'll go to this later. Is unlikely to be a coincidence. In a time when white birth rates in US are steadily declining, using a play on jeans and jeans subtly reinforces ideals of white hegemony and inherited beauty. Okay, just this. Okay, it's true that you know, white birth rates in US, but all over Europe as well, they are declining, and they want to subtly reinforce ideals of white hegemony. Subtly. Okay, when it's subtly, it's a complicated word because of course subtly it means no, they are not saying explicitly, but you can read you know, between the line that of course this is just your judgment. Okay, this is your idea, your opinion. We can we should focus on what is actually said, not what it's you know, under the shadow, because in this case it might just not be. Maybe they just wanted to say a funny that I mean, it can be funny wordplay, but they didn't want to bring any hegemony, white hegemony message like that. This kind of messaging function as a cultural dog whistle, innocuous on the surface, that's what I say, but resonant with deeper political and racial undertones. It's not just about selling denim, but it's about signaling who is still seen as the standard. First, I think that in this world there is not a standard anymore. They destroyed the angels of Victoria's Secrets and many stuff like that. So don't talk about standard. If I mean, now every time that someone tried to put a standard, he just criticized and reproached a lot. So I think that they are not going in that direction, and they know how dangerous it is. They just took a nice looking actress that in this moment it's she's at the peak of her career probably, but yeah, it's she's like the Presley. She's everyone in the late times. And yeah, I think it's just that there is not political message, and I mean, it would be crazy to do something like that because it's just a little joke. Another is, oh no, sound the alarms, a clothing brand dare to use a blonde, blue-eyed, fit woman in an ad and say she has great jeans. Clearly a pun, jeans and jeans. But of course the perpetually offended crowd is spinning into some weird, not C-coded dog whistle because she's not overweight or conventionally unattractive. This is true. I mean, if there was, this guy's probably, you know, in favor of Sydney Sweeney, and is saying like, if the girl is not that attractive, overweight, I mean, it's a judge, but I mean, if this girl was not attractive, no one would have ever said anything, okay? Because great genes, it's everything. Everyone has great genes. We're all beautiful, tall, and amazing. Probably not true, but yeah, I mean, there is nothing bad. Okay, ads have always been nice-looking actresses, superstars, models to you know, to advertise their products. Okay, there is nothing weird on that. Just say, okay, this girl is attractive, that is attractive. Of course, you may find attractive even people that are not, according to this standard, attractive, but yeah, it's part of the, you know, of the stereotypes that we see every day, and it's okay. I mean, this is the way that the marketing has always worked. So why you're just rebelling now? Apparently, if you're not idolizing obesity and mediocrity, you're part of some faceless conspiracy now. I mean, completely true. Like, you have to be up to everything. You have to boost any kind of thing that, like the obesity, that is not good. Okay, it's bad for the health, but you have to boost that. Otherwise, you're a fascist. And yeah, it's very funny. All of that. The fact that nothing passed the marketing team without several rounds of approval, this is crazy for American Eagle to be pushing white, blonde, blue-eye supremacy. Did we not learn from history? I think it's just not opportune to make comparison with the history, because there's nothing to do with that. Maybe it's true that I mean, this kind of marketing ad, and I mean, especially if you invest a lot on the main character of this ad, I mean, there were many passes where someone could have said, you know, we are sure when doing this, but probably they didn't expect that. I mean, I would have never expected that from this ad. Oh, you know, it's funny, yeah. It's true, you know, Sydney Sweeney, he's beautiful, so she has good genes, because, I don't know, she has all the shapes, the colors that, I mean, that she may need, but, I mean, no one could have ever expected that. Many people would have got angry for what? I mean, that's just, and this whole entire campaign seems packed with microaggression and target towards certain people. Microaggressions just saying that I have blue eyes because I have great genes. I mean, if there is someone with the green eyes, that is a very rare trait that, I mean, it's very hard to get. I mean, many people would have say, oh, this is a good gene. It's not like complain, no, but even brown eyes, that it's probably the most common, for example, here in Europe, say it's a great gene. Yeah, okay, fine, but I mean, the green eye are rarer, so yeah, I just say that. I didn't want to, you know, create all this chaos. I'm a business studies teacher. I'm definitely going to show the Sydney Sweeney ads to my class as poor example of marketing advertisement. Fun fact, the product sold very well in the late days, so probably it was good marketing. Okay, an example of poor marketing. I mean, it worked. They sold a little of pants, a lot of jeans. So what's the purpose of marketing if not the one of selling that product? So probably you're not a that good business teacher. Whoa, God, I cannot explain this, but this campaign feels very reminiscent of something else. Again, what's the matter here? I mean, it's not something related to history. I mean, it's probably the only page of your history book that you studied. If the only, you know, only referring you can do is to this. Come on. Hey, I read about a man with a mustache that also thought people with blonde hair and blue eyes had superior genes. It's just crazy. And I mean, this guy with the mustache was not blonde, so I mean, what's the point with that? Now, there is another thing that happened, that basically Sydney Sweeney reportedly it's a Republican. And this even pushed more the controversy, because apparently you cannot be a Republican in America. Even if Donald Trump, with all the Republicans, he won the election, this is not okay. This is not okay. Okay, you have to be a left party actress, otherwise you're someone bad. And since she did this ad, is of course she's a fascist, she's a bad girl, that she wanted to oh my god, I don't know, that she want to boost this ideology that is completely wrong, so with such an adversity to the society, but it's completely just in your mind. And then she was accused of eugenics. Eugenics, just for you to know, is this pseudoscience that we can say that aim to improve the genetic quality of a human population. Now, there is a bad connotation because it was used, for example, in that time of the history in the Germany, I mean, less than 1 century ago, actually, to boost some phenotypes by inhibiting the fertility of those considered inferior. So if you don't have good genes, I'm just make you not able to procreate. Okay, that's what's the meaning. That it's bad, but this is just a bad connotation, because eugenics, it's something that we should work on. Not about being blonde or brunette, but about, getting genes that can actually improve our chances of surviving. Okay, we do this with many medicines because, this is something that it should work. I mean, the world works in this way. Okay, the giraffes, whether they have a tall neck because they had to reach the foot. Okay, this is eugenics too in some way. It's not something bad. The problem is that when you make other people unable to procreate, And then dog whistle, the issue is that they are saying Sydney Sweeney has good genes and her genes, and those things have nothing to do with each other. If they wanted to make a play on genes, there would be no reason not to add other people into the mix. But that's not what they're doing. They're subtly promoting eugenics. This is not about Planned Parenthood. Okay, this is crazy because, I mean, what they're basically saying is that you should have made a spot, an advertisement like the Benetton, that it's too crazy, where you put people of different colors and say, oh, they have good genes. Oh my god, I mean, it just is too much. It's like when you watch a movie and there is, you know, the Asian related, the dark skin related, the sexual sexual liquidity referred. It's like, what? I mean, I don't need to see all these people together that you are forcing to put together just to send a message. Okay, I don't care. I want to watch the movie, and in this case, I want to watch the ad. I want to buy the pants of this ad. I don't want to see all these people forced together. And then what? Yell mad because this time they put a bombshell like Sydney Sweeney instead of an overweight black woman. This is true. If there was this kind of woman in the ad, no one would have complained. It would have been completely normal. Okay, it's okay. They are boosting, you know, the love for diversity and inclusion. But if you put a very nice, good-looking girl, it's a problem. Some people care about what they wear and want to look good in their clothes they buy, oh, but there they want that. They pushes an unrealistic beauty standard, or no actually health standard. But what's the problem? I mean, if someone is good looking, what's the problem with that? No, they just want to look good in a certain piece of clothes, like Sydney Sweeney. Those jeans were a little bit more baggy, so it wasn't about sex appeal. They actually show off they were more comfortable. And like, I don't get why people hate on someone if they are women and show off some other female attributes. People don't get mad if a man shows off his six-pack abs. This is true, and I want to conclude the video with this. The last time that I went to cinema to watch a movie of Thor, when Thor, you know, the god of thunder with the Chris Hemsworth, he just removed his clothes to show his amazing abs. Everyone was like, oh my god. Well, all the girls, you know, they were started to cry, to sweat, and that was completely okay. But if there is a good looking girl, it's a problem, because the biggest hatred of women comes from women. And this is completely true, because guys don't care, I mean, most of times. And yes, and then girls love when they see abs in a spot, okay? They got crazy, they have fun. But if there is a girl, no, it's not okay. The girl has to be unattractive to be politically correct. This is not good.